So, good afternoon to you all. If you've watched any of my other videos, you will notice I was doing the shoes the other day, and as you can see, I've put my rocker cover back on. Given it a few days for the RTV silicone to seal properly. I've put my newly powder coated sparkle cover on, which looks better than the old one because it was very rough after being on and off for 17 years. So I'll send that one away and get it powder coated, so I've got a spare. Today we're going to do the throttle pots, or throttle bodies, whatever you want to call them. Now, what is the fun about owning a TVR? The fun about owning a TVR is you'll need a spare room for all your boxes of spare parts, because you end up collecting quite a few spare bits when they come about, in case you do need them. And yes, there are many parts which I have purchased, had them in boxes for quite a number of years, but I do end up using them. And there's also little upgrades that you do over time when you get around to it. Now, one of the upgrades that I did recently, as you can see down there, I put on the power performance gaskets for the throttle pots. This is because the engines that left the factory were basically siliconed to the head, between the throttle pots and the head, and over time silicone degrades. It can start to suck air in, and that can upset your air fuel ratio mix, and then the ECU has to start compensating. So I tried these gaskets. I took the throttle bodies off all in one go with the fuel rail attached. Just did all those cap screws, took them off in one, cleaned them up, put the new gaskets on, replaced all the zinc coated bolts with stainless steel. Just went out and got an M8 cap screw set, very cheap, in stainless. Just makes them look a little bit better, but also they're not going to corrode. And then just set it all back up. You don't need to adjust your throttle cable really, because the bracket that that's attached to moves with the throttle bodies, so you don't have to start slacking it off or anything if you are happy with your throttle position. And the advantage is supposed to be there's 15 to 20 degrees difference between the head and the throttle bodies also, with the new gaskets fitted, so obviously you're getting slightly cooler air going into the engine. And this is a mechanical electrical system. Those are your injectors there. They are controlled by an MBE Systems ECU, which is inside the cabin by the driver's footwell of the bulkhead. But as you can see, it's a throttle cable attached to a throttle pedal, and that operates all your 6 butterflies. Now we have the potentiometers for each bank. There's 2 on it. There's one there, it should be blue, but it's black because it's been siliconed over to keep water out. And that is bank 1, 2 and 3. Bank 4, 5 and 6 has a white throttle body potentiometer at the end, and that's basically what was used in a Ford Escort. The only difference between the white and the blue one is that one's obviously in reverse, but they were specially made for TVR. And until somebody puts an order in with the company who makes them, which has to be something like a ridiculously high amount, like 10,000 units or something, they are very hard to get hold of. They are available, but they are talking hundreds of pounds now for the new ones. So if you have just looked online, or you have the Reg Vardy Bible of the cigaris, it will basically tell you to start off at band number 3. And whatever, and what you need is, these are something else which are getting very hard to get hold of now, is an airflow meter. A synchrometer. I have two of these because I actually lost this one but managed to find it again. But when I first bought my first one, many people sold them. Not many people sell them now. And basically what you do is you'll put it, while the engine's on idle, you'll put it on there and you will read what it will say. Now, a lot of people say it doesn't matter what it reads, but if for whatever reason, or you've had your throttle bodies off for whatever reason, or some of these have come loose and are well out of adjustment, it's potentially that they could be reading 30. And on this particular vehicle, I always, when it's on idle etc, it always reads about number 7. And then once you've set that one up with that adjusting screw there, you go to bank number 2 with that adjusting screw there, and bank number 1 with that adjusting screw there. And then once you've set all those up and just keep going back to them, make sure they're all the same, then you go up to bank 4, which needs to be the same reading as these, using that one, and bank 5 and bank 6. Basically you need a small Allen key for there, I think it's an 8mm nut, you slacken the nut off, give it a tweak until they're all reading the same. So let's get into that.